If someone ever asks you to send them stems or track outs, whether it's an engineer to mix and master or someone just laying additional parts to your track, beat, record, song, whatever you want to call it, then you absolutely need to know how to do this the correct way.
What's up, people? Welcome to the channel where we talk about music licensing, music production, and music business. If you love any of the previously mentioned, be sure to subscribe so you can stay up to date on all my latest content. So today I'm going to show you guys how to track out, instrumentals or even songs with vocals and things like that. So if you're sending your tracks to an engineer to master or to mix, you want everything sent right so you don't frustrate the living daylights out of your engineer. So I'm going to show you guys how to do it. And the main thing when you're tracking out tracks and instrumentals, track by track, you want to make sure that everything starts at the same point and ends at the same point. You don't want to bounce out tracks that start at different points, because the engineer is not going to take the time, at least not for free, to match everything up and try and realign everything to where it's supposed to be. Like, it's just a pain. So the way I'm going to show you is going to make sure everything starts at the same time and ends at the same time. So there's a couple ways to do it. You can go one by one and just solo the track that you want to bounce out and just go, solo each one. So here, what I do, if you see this yellow highlight in Logic Pro 10, whatever is highlighted with this little, I don't know, this little loop cursor thingy, is what's gonna bounce out. So if I stop here, it's only gonna bounce this. But like I said, you want the full song or the full track to be bounced out. So you can select that, hit Command B, and then go ahead and bounce out, whatever resolution you need, and then you'll be all set. Now, a quick way in Logic Pro 10 to bounce out everything with a few clicks is to highlight everything like I have here, selecting this little cycle. It's like a cycle bar or whatever. Make sure all the tracks that you want to bounce out are not muted. I got a couple that's muted because I honestly just didn't bounce them out in the track. And then go to File, Export, and then all tracks as audio files. Now here where it says range, you want to make sure that you're exporting the cycle range only. That's what this yellow indicates here in Logic. It may be different depending on which DAW you use, but I want to just export exactly what's in that cycle range. So everything is going to be the exact same length, the exact same size. Again, select your bit depth. I'm going to do wave. I don't want to bypass any effects because I want those effects to bounce out. And I would include, you can or you can't include the volume of pan out automation, depending if you want that to bounce out in that final track. So that's up to you. I always keep normalize off. And then here, I wanted to title it, the track name for each track. So make sure you name your track something that the engineer can recognize as well. And then here, I would just hit export. And then that's going to export everything. As you can see, it's going to do all the tracks. And I'm going to stop this because I've already exported the tracks. Uh-oh, I don't want to do that. Okay. So as you can see here, already tracked everything out. So these are all the tracks that are in this particular instrumental. As you can see, the size is exactly the same for all of them. That tells us that it started at the same point and it ended at the same point. And then when you play it, you should be able to see that time, which is like the full song length, and then everything that you bounced out should be exactly where it is in the actual track or song that you produce. So the engineer doesn't have to slide things around and slide it into place. All he has to do is select all of these, drag it into a session like so, and then everything should load up just like that. And as you can see, it's all nice, neat, organized, lined up the way it is, and he can get to work and do exactly what he or she needs to do as far as mixing and mastering. And that's it. That's how you properly track out your beats or track out your songs to send individual stems to, you know, an outside engineer. If you thought the video was helpful, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.